Oh, I did it just
It's
as
blue. Yep.
I apologize. All right, folks, the new wrap-up video for High Plains, the first, High Plains is out, and Gingerman will soon be out. And while you're waiting for the spring Gingerman race to come on out, head on over to the drive and read Judge Aaron Cole's latest contribution. He's also judging Audubon this weekend. It's about Lemons racer Jim Bist and the remote control electric cart he helped create for his son, Sam. Now, Sam is nearly 15, but he's battling cerebral palsy. And when Sam was younger, they used a remote control car, like basically one of those Power Wheels with an RC. But Sam's a racer and he wanted to go faster, like all racers do. And initially, Jim thought it would be as simple as just taking an old go-kart and using the RC function from his Power Wheel to make it work on there, and then put an electric power, an adult-sized racing seat, and a cage on it. But as Aaron tells the story, it ended up being far more complicated, and as well as all the hurdles that he faced doing so. Now, luckily, he got support from the folks over at Detroit's M1 Concourse karting track and their nearby shop, PMD Automotive Garage, who was working on the fleet of electric karts for M1. Quote, "It was challenging for all the right reasons," said Heidecker, the CEO of PMD, adding, "All of us wanted to get Sam something he's never had before. With PMD's crew of 20 technicians, they worked through all of the safety concerns, design challenges, as well as the final approval from Sam's mother, Laura. The article is great, and I've seen this cart in person. So's the cart. It's worth your time." Links in our show notes.
Yeah, this looks fantastic. I hadn't seen this before. I am absolutely going to read the article right after the show.
It was quick. We were doing the little photo shoot while we're going around Gingerman, and if his dad gives it the full beans, that thing will blast right past the golf cart.
The stunt and exploding possibilities of this are nearly endless.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay. The Meyers Manx is back. Originally produced from
excited.
64 to 71 and many, many copies ever since, the Meyers Manx off-roader has made its return, this time with an electric power train. The Meyers Manx unveiled the Manx 2.0 Electric Monday evening as a reimagining of the original dune buggy that captured hearts in the 60s. The electric buggy is the first vehicle produced under the new leadership, which took control of the company shortly before designer Bruce Meyers' passing. The 40 kilowatt battery, the largest of the two options, has a 300-mile range and promises 202 horsepower and 240 foot-pounds of torque. Still, the Manx 2.0 stays true to the monocoque chassis legacy of the original, making it light, only 1,650 pounds in the heaviest version, and strong on rough terrain. Also features independent rear suspension, regenerative braking. It's going to take most of the braking load. The first batch, totaling just 50 buggies, will ship in 2023 as part of a beta program. That looks fantastic. What better thing to keep at your house at the Hamptons or things like that, or Martha's Vineyard,
or your garage in Las Vegas? Because I would drive that thing to work.
Yeah.
I bet we'll see at least one in the Hamptons.
Yeah, those of you watching on the YouTube
next year,
can see them. They're pretty
right.
fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. I get at least one.
This year, we're just going to see every new Land Rover Defender.
We're gonna ding so much ding.
Yeah.
All right, bad news for nearly 24,000 U.S. Ferrari owners. The company is recalling almost every car it's sold here since 2005 over a potential for brake failure. According to a national
big
highway,
deal.
no, it's not any
big
cars. And brake failure, who cares? You're not going very fast in these cars. According to a National Highway Traffic Safety Administration recall filing, a total of 23,555 Ferrari models sold in the U.S. are fit with a potential faulty brake fluid reservoir cap that may not vent pressure adequately. This can lead to a vacuum in the reservoir, potentially causing brake fluid to leak. If the brake fluid reservoir runs dry, it can lead to a total brake failure. Ferrari estimates only 1% of the cars it's recalling are potentially affected. The fix is simple too: a brake fluid reservoir cap and a software update that provides a message in the gauge cluster warning drivers if brake fluid levels run dangerously low. Ferrari suggests that if anyone recalled their cars flash a low brake fluid warning, the driver should pull over immediately and have their car towed.
So
everybody can laugh at them. Ha ha ha.
It's just the cap? That's really weird.
Yep.
18 years of production. That's impressive.
I think this is a scam by Ferrari to get 24,000 cars back to the Ferrari dealers to have a once over while on the lift while replacing the brake cap.
You need an engine. When's the last time you had an engine out? It looks like that was done by a non-authorized Ferrari mechanic. Just so you know, we're going to avoid every single warranty.
You think Ferraris have a warranty?
That's true.
I'm not a conspiracy
I bet
theory
they have
person,
some
but
warranty,
I'm
They have
with
some
Chris
for
on this
warranty,
one.
yeah.
This just sound, hey, while you're here, why don't you head over to the gift shop?
I mean, pick
Oh,
the
well.
easiest, lowest time, cheapest thing to replace,
It's true.
but that everyone will do because it's safety. Is the brake reservoir
Literally,
cap?
like unscrew the cap, put a new cap on, 27 seconds. Anyway, finally, the National Insurance Crime Bureau, that's NICB, has released their car theft data from 2021, showing the rate of stolen cars was up 8% from 2020 because no one drove their car anywhere in 2020. Other news, the Chevy Silverado has bumped the F-150 from the top spot. Of course, the Honda Civic and Accord are in the top 10, Camry, Corolla, all the usual suspects. In proof that criminals have no taste, the Altima is also in the top 10. What?
Seriously, that
Well,
has to be like that insurance or the
People who make
rental
bad
car.
choices drive Altimas. People who make bad choices drive Altimas, crash them. People who make bad choices drive Altimas, crash them, and need to fix them super cheap, so they buy stolen parts.
You're not wrong here. The Jeep Cherokee is a new addition to the list. The NCIB also found that thefts tend to be regional. So in the upper Midwest, loves the American cars, Challenger, Charger at the top of the list in Michigan, Subarus being top nabbed car in Oregon. The recovery rate is 34%. Woo. But as the article states, if you own one of the cars listed, don't sweat it. The biggest correlation is the volume of cars sold. So Ford has sold 726,000 trucks last year, and it's the number one stolen vehicle. So imagine that. Honda, 263,000 Civics, and 10.5 million Honda Accords since their intro. So somebody's got to divide this by the number of cars on the street and come up with some real data. This sounds like a I say crappy statistics. Anyway,
87% of statistics on the internet are made up.
it's true. Yeah. Hey, speaking of Thompson, some of our friends got bumped up a class this weekend, and I thought I could help them out. Let me open this list here by finding on Racing Junk something that can help our new friends in B and A class survive their new class. How about?
Did you mean to find the SVT supercharger?
Yeah.
There were 9 results for that on Racing Junk. Now, some of them were attached to cars, but I was honestly impressed.
Yeah, I wanted to show this one specifically because
What is it aside from a supercharger?
okay, so yeah, so it's a polished
audio here
Ford
show.
SVT supercharger that I found on racingjunk.com. It is out of Troutman, North Carolina. It is blingy, and it comes with the throttle body and the plenum and the lower intake, and
you know that this is a serious gearhead because that polished supercharger is sitting on the dining room table for that photo.
The dining room table also has a tablecloth with little birdhouses and
Yes.
a really cute little I didn't even look at the thing it's selling. It's I always look around.
I believe those are matching placemats. Those are placemats,
Oh.
which
That's
they
what it is.
thoughtfully put one of the superchargers on a placemat.
On a placemat
their
to not
dining room
scratch the
table.
table. Yeah.
Wow,
It's just-
yeah.
But what I wanted to show you is how I found this was I went here and I it said early
here?
access.
Where's
I'm sorry.
here?
I went to this page on Racing Junk. I hit most recent ads and it came up and it said early access. And I was like, early access? What does that mean? Oh, you need to be a club member for the benefits, which of course we are at Everyone Racers. So I was
Mhm.
able to view the ad earlier than everyone else. So if I was looking for a SVT supercharger, I can see it. Others can't. Just a
Oh.
thought, you might want to join. Even if you're not selling things, because we know that you can place ads for free and you can look at all the ads for free on Racing
You could
Junk.
even add a search alert and use that early access.
That's right.
to
So
scoop those deals.
you can scoop those deals if you become a member of racingjunk.com. That's all I wanted to say.
Very well done.
Great.
It
I'm
benefits the
impressed.
sellers because you can put in more pictures, and it benefits the buyers because you can get them in there early. But as always, looking and posting with one picture is free. Okay, Grace says.
Lemons is at Audubon. There are 66 cars, 5 BMWs. That's a good ratio.
That's
I
a
like
good
That
that.
is a
ratio.
friggin' great ratio. Being that close to
2
Chicago.
Miatas, 2
Oh,
Miatas,
yes.
8 Hondas, 1 Porsche, and the usual Midwest suspects like Bad Decisions Racing with the Deluxe, the Bobcat, 98 Neon Hellcat, and all kinds of other random crappy American cars that you find in the Midwest. The rust will be strong with these ones.
And
Bobcat's a
it's
Mercury Bobcat, right?
correct.
Yes.
It's
That's
the
the-
fancy Pinto.
Fancy Pinto, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Oh God.
Now, Champ Car is headed up to Virginia International Raceway for the full 24. There are 73 cars running that. 24 of those are BMWs.
See?
Mm.
Come on.
Boring.
Oh, that's
So
a third boring.
15 Miatas. Still
Mm,
got
still a
yeah.
lot.
I'm leaning on boring.
I mean, it's
9
more than half
Hondas.
the field is a BMW or a Miata.
Right.
So
9 Hondas, 6 Porsches, and this is the bit of a predictable list for that Champ Car race. One of those Miatas is the old Greg edition, so they're not
Their team name?
completely. That's their.
So they
it's the
they're
old
fun, then.
Greg edition Miata. That's what they
Yeah.
called it.
Okay. It can
they're going to be
only be
drinking
good
so much
things.
Baileys all weekend.
There's a lot of mixed up bits at the bottom. It's like
Shoot.
got a suspension from some other things, you know,
Mhm.
mixed
Wow.
up bottom bits.
I see my downstairs mix up. Yeah.
It's like,
Uh,
yeah. Let's just go right to results and not even discuss those things. What happened
Okay.
out there?
Lemons is at Thompson. We're going to
Yeah,
talk
we're there.
more about that later. Class C, great globs of oil in the Buick Opal Isuzu. Great job by Yuri and team. They beat all but one B-class car with their C-class.
Whoa.
Opal.
Yes.
Oh
11th
was
my
like-
overall?
God.
I think it was
11th?
11th overall.
I believe it was
11th
11th overall.
It
And
just
that's a
went
legit C-class
round
car. Like that thing is
and
like there is
around
nothing cheaty
and
about that thing.
around and around.
Well
and
done,
around.
Yuri.
And
Outstanding.
they wheeled it. Yeah, they did a phenomenal job. Class B was Ruptured Duck in their V6 Accord Coupe, the only car to beat the Buick Opal Isuzu Gemini Cadet.
And
Overall
probably
was,
should be a car anyway.
oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Overall was Mumrath again, and everyone chanted penalty laps because it's time.
she
IOE
brought
was
2 competitive cars this weekend, didn't she?
No,
No,
only one
she-
was
she
hers.
brought
It was
one
like
and-
a friend's
Okay.
Yeah.
hanger-ons.
And yep, IOE Tuna Chuckers in their 60s Volvo Amazon, another car that just went around and around and
it's
around
true.
and around.
And had a
Great.
great painting of Charlie Tuna on the side of it.
Looks awesome.
Phenomenal. Heroic Fix's Brooklyn Bomb Squad and their Volkswagen Rabbit. They apparently exhausted the supply of early Volkswagen water-cooled head gaskets in the New England area. Just kept doing more head gaskets. That's sure that'll fix it. I got screwed was
Never
the
the head
Dodge
gasket.
Monaco, who also bought a terrible motor and didn't work because it's hard to find 70s Dodge stuff in New England because it's all gone. Road Mangler Cup, Corky Racing in their Mazda Miata. This is apparently the 3rd time they have won this. He guy says, I can't even use them up as fast as I keep winning them because it's a Miata.
That's awesome. WRL was at High Plains. The NPO ones, those little tiny prototype things, they dominated. Moving on.
In the world of not so boring, Hell on Wheels rally happened over. That was in California, right?
Yes.
Winner on points. First place was the SLO Reality Volvo 740, slow reality, I guess. Second place was Ramblin' Man in a 1959 Rambler Super.
That was with
What
the
is
that's the visible bottom car that you could see the road.
Oh,
going.
okay. The clear bottom boat. And third place was the Cordoba, Chrysler Cordoba. So
Standing.
that's awesome. And good luck out there to all you rally competitors. I didn't even know it was happening, so I missed the Instagram. I don't know.
You
what else-
you're the one that made the announcement on last week's show and went through.
I know,
all
but
of
I
the
didn't.
entries.
I was busy racing. I didn't
I
click the.
there's some
Instagrams at
there's some
all.
good stuff there. The team that is out here, they're now 301 penal code, but they've got this danged old dirt track Camaro that they raced last this spring. I saw them at Thunderhill, and they had already prepped their van for a Scooby-Doo. And she brought her sons along and had one of them dressed like Velma and the other one dressed like Fred. She was doing the Daphne thing. They had a stuffed dog. They had the whole mystery machine going on. It was really, really well done.
Well, follow #Lemons Rally.
On the
you'll see
gram,
all
you can
the,
see
on the
all the
gram, and you'll see all
mayhem.
the pictures. Yep.
Had a conversation with Jeff Stobbs, Rally Master, and there are some changes planned for that West Coast Rally next year. Let's just say you might want to be closer to my house.
Nice. I'm just looking at pictures now. They look cool. Anyway,
This is excellent podcasting. Well done. You're reading the
feedback
story. You're on
time.
the Instagram.
I am. Listener feedback time. Chris Egan took the time to email us with a nice lengthy email. Hey, all, just want to pass another thank you to the whole crew. First, for rescuing us with an AN hose. Who let him an AN hose?
I did.
Just gave
Well,
him
Chris, okay, thanks. I had no idea. It worked all weekend. Second, thanks for the continued virtual track walks. This year we were stuck on low boost, half boost, so less power than any other time we've ever been to Thompson with the Saab. Yet he managed to beat his past lap times by about 4 seconds. Dropped my average lap times during Sunday stint by a similar amount. First time he figured out the whole wide line around the oval, which is the fantastic line. I love that
You
line.
should stop telling people that.
It was cool to
Too many
finally nail
people-
it. Yeah,
Too many
it's
people
true.
went that way. I
There
was
were,
like,
Yeah,
there were a
over
lot
time,
more people
so
out
many
there.
more
Yep.
people are up there.
oh, sad.
Oh, well. Focusing on 10, 11 really helped drop his times overall, which is what I worked on all weekend. Long-winded way of saying it was super cool to see all that come together. A lot of it was due to tips from the virtual track walk. Now to pull another 4 seconds out of Mazda's best. See you guys at New Hampshire. Can't wait to try and shave major time there, too. I don't know if there is. I don't think New Hampshire is nearly as tricky as Thompson. So,
I agree. I think there's a lot of subtlety to New Hampshire.
yeah.
I think understanding the virtual track walk that Chris takes everybody on and understanding the racing surface may not do much for your overall lap time, but it's going to help with your racecraft when you have to step offline.
Yeah.
And Chris knows all that stuff quite well. He knows New Hampshire.
He does.
You'll do great, Chris. No worries. Okay.
Hey, so we posted I thought it was funny just because I'm standing there watching them. Posted a caption of the pic of Jeff and Chris under the Mazda. So on the gram, points 1928 said, and this, boys and girls, is how baby Mazdas are made. Quad rail and friends. It says ain't no party like a paddock welding party. Waka Reel says Harbor Freight jack stand safety test. And Tim Burr said safety gear, flip flops, Crocs, check. Facebook.
Did we mention it was really, really hot? Like I
You're
usually
not,
wear real shoes.
you are not helping by saying it's really, really hot with the comment Chrissy's about to read right now.
True. Yes. On Facebook, Brian M says 2 guys, 1 Mazda. I'd watch it a few times. Adam N typed what a crock. Matt F said, I thought you brought the 10mm. And Ron said that's a pretty bad crack you got there. So,
Oh boy.
yes.
Big shout out to TJ914 who followed me through the paddock as I did my terrible track walk with Martin
Oh.
Brundle impersonation. It was so bad that Tyler on the Facebook said, what the hell was that accent I was attempting? But Timber, right on the YouTube where it was, said it was pretty funny. So I'll take that and award him 2 Flamenguins.
2
Flamenco.
Jeff,
Flamenco.
when you
Whatever.
edit in the middle of the show,
Yes.
read the next paragraph when you put something in the middle like that.
I did read the next paragraph.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, well. Anyway, Ron was talking about the previous picture of our broken threes exhaust. Paul D mentioned, I feel like there might be a root cause that needs to be addressed. Michael K replied, racing a 200,000 mile plus economy front wheel drive hatch.
No,
That might be it.
that's not it.
Yeah, after an interesting discussion about adding a bracket or the reinforcement, Paul ended, well, I understand. I'm incredibly lazy and hate having to re-weld thin exhaust sections. Time for some Schedule 40 pipe. Yep.
Yep.
And just to defend myself here, it is actually supported by a giant metal bracket on the engine about 8 inches away. And then just at the bottom where it makes a bend, it also has a support on the exhaust. So it's supported.
And it's not.
It's just
It's
got
and it's
really,
not
really
original
hot.
or an
It's
original to the
not.
car.
I put that there, but it
Yes.
apparently wasn't thick enough.
But the
a
reason it
half
cracked
later.
is probably due to the motor falling out last race. I mean,
It was getting thin because it gets a lot of heat there, like a whole lot of heat out off the
And
cap. But yeah,
I
the
can-
motor falling out caused all kinds of weird things to go wrong. Who knew?
I can tell you that because my leg was on fire right above it. So there's that.
Yep.
Not this time.
We've-
last time.
Well, we fixed it.
Yep.
Great.
All right. And finally, Brett took the time to text me a picture of his junk. His dad upgraded to a new side escape fully enclosed trailer, and Brett gets the old one. So it's time to speed up that Mustang build, Brett.
I forgot to add this, that we had some great conversation with some listeners. Shout out to Guy and Fletcher. Is that correct? That's your friend's name?
Yeah.
Your little friend.
The little friends, Fletcher.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
With
So-
the
yeah, we had-
electric bike.
Yeah, who kicked Chris's butt going on a track walk. And yeah, we saw them all weekend. They said hi. Great. And listeners, thank you for listening. And it was so lovely to talk to you.
Absolutely.
That's one of those unexpected side benefits. We started this thing is a bit of a lark and we say this every year, the Thanksgiving episode, but it is really cool to meet people at the track that know us through this podcast, and that gives them the opening to walk up and say, hi, I'm so-and-so.
That's what
a
we
lot
did.
of fun. Yeah.
We had a great,
Mhm.
we had lots of great conversation, but it was really nice to chat with them. So
You know who else kicks my butt on an electric bike and a track walk?
she probably would.
Chrissy's mom.
She had the chance.
Hello.
Hello, Chrissy's mom.
Hi, Chrissy's mom. Oh, and
And
thanks for the
family.
cookies, because she, as always, made lots of cookies. So thank you. I didn't eat many of them, but everyone else did.
Everyone else did. Chrissy's mom's cookies have a posse.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
The
they totally
bar
do.
things were very popular. What were they?
Yeah, that's why she made a double this time, because they're
Yeah.
like the new hotness.
The
pretty much.
Biscoff bars. Yeah.
Biscoff
was
bars,
it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I made a request because that's what people, and actually somebody randomly that was pitted near us in Jersey was asking me if we had them, because that's how far they go. So people are.